Serno is a website that allows you to have access to a team of AI agents in the form of a council so that they can actually work with each other and often debate with each other to figure out essentially what would be the most likely outcome, or ultimately to answer any sort of question that you have. If this is your first time here, my name is Jay and this is the Everyday AI channel where we teach you how you can use AI in your daily lives. So I'm diving right into this here today. We're going into Serno, and what I'm going to do, in fact, this looks like a cool question, so I'm just going to click on this one. Will the AI infrastructure bubble pop in 2026, and what would the trigger look like? We're going to add that in here. We're going to see what happens. So of course, as we can see, when we ask a question, Serno builds the team. They then investigate and debate, and then we get a canvas, not just a report. Cool. So I'm a big fan of canvases. Of course, a canvas is one of the main interfaces I use to run my life alongside another platform similar to Notion and my calendar, of course. So we're going to see exactly what Serno gives us. I'm going to come back once this is done, but it's actually asked me a few questions, I think. Well, this is the first one: 3 ways this question forks meaningfully. So supply side, demand side, or trigger mechanics. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with trigger mechanics in this case and see what it gives me. Now, it may ask me a few more questions. If it does, I'll just answer those. Okay, cool. It looks like it's now building the canvas. So it's going to check what's actually being built versus what's coming back in revenue. So to find where the stress fracture is most likely to form. Okay, great. So I'll just come back once this is done. Okay, cool. So now we've got some outputs. And as you can see, Serno started a few investigations. We got a strategy consultant that's provided a report, a financial analyst, who's still writing its analysis, an economic historian, and an investment associate. Interesting stuff. We were also able to see them debate in real time, which was quite interesting. If I click read report here, we can see the report from the strategy consultant, which I think is quite interesting. We even got a table, which is a ranking of contagion speed, which is essentially how fast it spreads once lit. We've got different triggers here on the table as well, some information gaps, and of course a list of sources. Great stuff. Now the financial analyst has finished its report. We can see exactly what's going on here. So Nvidia is contractually exposed before revenue cracks because demand softness collides with its own upstream purchase commitments. Interesting stuff. So utilities will feel the stress operationally before they feel it financially. Okay, key information. We've also got some information gaps as well, which is quite useful stuff. And of course, we do still have this canvas here, which is the stress fracture card, which is it looks like what it starts off with. So where stress is visible, the real-time tell, and the phrase that breaks it. So hyperscalers are spending far ahead of what they'll disclose. Interesting stuff. So that neatly goes on to this trigger sequence. Now, as you can see, this canvas is still being built out. We can watch this debate in real time. We've got a debate between a credit risk analyst and a market strategist. So I click watch this debate. We can see exactly what they're doing. Ultimately, this is just a group chat between them, and they're basically talking about what they think will be the key points with regards to this trigger sequence. So both analysts converged on one thing: the off-balance sheet lease book is the earliest source of truth. Interesting concepts. Shorter terms, break clauses, and anchor tenant behavior show up before any public statement or default filing. The remaining tension is whether CFO language pivot is a separate trigger or just the audible confirmation of a lease decision already made. Interesting stuff. Cool. So I'm actually pleased to announce I've launched one of my first digital products, which is a 7-day prompting ebook. I've called it Perfecting Prompts, and it's essentially a 7-day crash course on how you can improve your prompting so that you can supercharge your productivity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the link to Perfecting Prompts below. I put in a lot of work into it, and in there I actually include some frameworks that I teach to global corporations. Definitely check it out. Yeah, I think this is quite an impressive platform, and quite frankly, the fact that it's still going is pretty cool. We can read it as a flat sort of document as well if we wish to do so. So there's that option as well. I quite frankly prefer Canvas, and yeah, as you can see, we can actually keep answering questions posed by Serno. So what are you actually trying to do with this answer? Let's say position a portfolio around it and then see exactly what it gives us. So we've got this language pivot is not really the trigger. It turned out to be the audible confirmation of a release decision already made in silence. Okay, cool. So yeah, I have to say it's quite an impressive platform. Definitely check it out if you think it would be useful for you. It can be a great way to just simulate a healthy debate between AI agents that have access to access to an immense amount of information. And as we can see, there's another card being built up here called the trade. So yeah, definitely check this out if you think it would be useful for you. Quite an impressive platform, great way to conduct large scale research.